Thanks for joining me. I'm Christine Lang, a medical intuitive, and every day this weekday, this month of October at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing free mini medical intuitive readings because I want to help you see the connection between your physical symptoms, what's showing up in your body, and your thoughts and your emotions and your beliefs. So I hope you'll join us each day for these mini readings to give that demonstration. Let's start with our first guest, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you wrote in and said, first of all, you're in Michigan. Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
And that you have really bad allergies. And about 3 months ago, they got much worse. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And when I tune into your spirit, what I can pick up on is that this phrase is coming to me of, I'm behind schedule. I'm behind schedule. And I feel like you're putting pressure on yourself to do something or figure something out. Is that accurate?
100% accurate.
Okay. Tell me what's going on.
So the shortest version is that I still am a licensed massage therapist for 9 years, built a business, my own practice, and then had an injury and suddenly had to stop working. And so I think that, now it's like, okay, now I'm 54 and I've got to figure out my next thing. Like, what's
next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
what was the injury? Can I ask about that?
So it was in my thumb. I tore, but not completely, ligament in my thumb. And then, 9 years of doing therapeutic massage, and it's
hard
just,
on the body.
It's just a buildup of stuff. And if I want to keep my hands for, the rest of my life, it was just a better idea to stop doing the manual physical active massage. I'm also a Reiki master, so I'm trying to figure out if energy work is a way to go, or I don't know, but yeah, I do feel immense pressure.
Okay. Well, and so often allergies are when we're allergic to a behavior or a belief or a thought process. So my allergies got me on my spiritual journey, and it was while I was in law school, and I was putting so much pressure on myself to be the top student. But I went to a top 10 law school, and I was up against these, guys from Harvard and Yale, and I'm not of that caliber. And it just, academically, I was not going to be the top, valedictorian. And I was just beating myself up constantly. You should do better. You should do better. This should be easier for you. And I was allergic to my own, it's like whipping the racehorse that's already running, right? I was just allergic to that behavior and how I was talking to myself. And so having that understanding allowed me to start calming that down, softening that approach. And my spirit gave me the suggestion back then of talk to yourself like you're your own best friend. And I would never have talked to myself, my best friend, the way I was talking to myself, right?
No, you wouldn't talk to anybody like that.
Exactly. So I think that if you can take that approach of, okay, how would I just be a good friend to myself? What would that look like?
Yeah.
And I can feel that you are really gifted. And I actually can feel that this is a present from your spirit. And I always say sometimes gifts from our spirit come with really ugly wrapping paper, right? They look really awful at first.
Yeah.
And then later we go, wow, what a gift.
Sure. Yeah.
Whether it was, an awful disease or a surgery or a car accident, something that makes us just completely pivot. And I feel like this is an important pivot moment for you. And by putting pressure on yourself to quickly figure it out and immediately land on your feet, so you look proficient and capable and in control, that you're allergic to that pressure. You're allergic to that way of approaching it, because I feel like it's not respectful of you and what you know to be true.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like this next chapter for you is actually about bringing your gifts forward and changing into a practice that is a healing practice. Not that massage therapy isn't.
I know, yeah.
But a healing practice that incorporates more energy work. But I also think you've got some other gifts to give. I think you're much more sensitive and intuitive than your current vocation has indicated.
Yeah. Well, and there's a pressure because I'm drawn to that like a lot with, with energy work, with crystal work, with all the things that involves. But it's like, I feel like I'm not good enough. I can't do that. I should be able to just tap in and go, and it's just like,
out of the box. Life should be out of the box. Great.
Let's go.
So I always suggest to my students who study under me and study energy healing and trying to connect to their spirit and channel, I always say, do it for free for a while so you take the pressure off yourself. So
Yeah.
you're home right now, you're not working anyway. Start a practice that isn't a practice, right? You're not charging, and those are people are going to help you build up your confidence, give you your first testimonials, and help you structure your practice. Oh, you know what? 2 hours is too long. I like seeing 45 minutes for each session, or figuring all of that out where there isn't any pressure. In the meantime, you're getting tapped into your day. No pressure. I don't understand. But I think that can let your system settle down and honor your journey instead of treating it like, I'm going to go be an accountant and I got to drop out of the box tomorrow and be ready to go. Right. No offense to accountants out there. But I think that approach of being a kind friend to yourself is going to have you soften and actually allow this stuff to materialize for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.